I've been lifting for over 2.5 years and I've managed to gain an insane amount of muscle over the years, and I'm not far from attaining my dream physique. However, the journey has not been easy, as I have struggled with different challenges throughout my lifting journey that have significantly held me back from reaching my full potential at a faster rate. With the knowledge I have now about gaining muscle as a skinny guy, if I could go back in time, I would have completely avoided certain things, and there's things I would definitely have done differently, which would have probably sped up the process, and I would have probably gained muscle way faster than I did. I decided to make this video for you guys, especially those that are early on in their fitness journeys, so that you guys can implement these things from early and not waste a lot of time just like I did. Let's get into the video. So if I could go back in time to when I first started trying to build muscle as a skinny guy, the first thing I would do is actually start training like a sculptor and stop training like a power lifter. If you're skinny and you're trying to build muscle, you need to stop all the powerlifting exercises. You're not trying to win a deadlift competition. You're trying to build a body and muscle that you're proud of. That means training like a sculptor, someone who's, shaping a physique, not just moving the most weight possible. This takes shape in a number of different ways. First of all, the exercises that you guys do. You see, when I started out, I was doing exercises that was helping me improve my strength instead of actually helping me build muscle. Flat bench press, deadlifting, all these exercises that are meant to be explosive, they're actually not meant to build muscle. You're not trying to just move the most weight possible, you're trying to build muscle. I'm sure you guys have seen most of these YouTubers and people, fitness influencers who have aesthetic physiques. I'm sure you guys have seen them, training with low weights, not the heaviest weight. I know you guys don't see them doing deadlifts and flat bench press. Every video you click on that's saying how to grow your chest, for example, you never see anyone saying if you want to grow your chest, do flat bench press. There's a reason for that. We're not trying to power lift, we're not trying to be the strongest guys, we're trying to build muscle. There's guys who can deadlift 400 pounds, but they still have a flat chest, narrow shoulders, and arms that don't fill out your sleeves. I was that guy, as you can see from this picture. So don't make the same mistake that I did, Focus on exercises that build you with mind-muscle connection and are going to give you the best gains and the fastest gains possible. So this is the first thing that actually changed. If I could go back in time, I wasted a long period of time not training in the proper way, and this held me back big time. The next thing that I wish I had done when I had started lifting, I'd pick 4 to 5 movements and become a proper technician at these movements. Guys, this is actually a huge one, and I want you guys to actually pay attention to what I'm going to say. You see, if I could go back in time, I'll pick 4 to 5 different movements, really good movements, and master them and actually become a proper technician in these movements. Let's say for my chest, I'd pick incline barbell press. For my back, I'll become a master at doing pull-ups, weighted pull-ups. For my legs, for example, let's say I pick a hack squat. I'd stick to these movements as my primary movements for these muscles. You see, oftentimes I go to the gym and I see someone has come in for leg day and he's doing 6 different workouts for one muscle. He's doing leg this, he's doing leg that, he's doing all types of movements for just his legs in one session. Guys, how are you going to track your progress if every 2 weeks you go to the gym, you're doing a different movement? You see, with social media now, there's like 1,000 exercises being invented every single day. It's impossible to track your progress if every time you see a new exercise, you want to add this into your routine. Last week you did incline barbell bench. Now this week you're going to do dumbbell press. And then next week you're going to do a different chest exercise. It is virtually impossible to track your progress if you keep changing your exercises. Variety, especially for a skinny guy that's trying to build muscle, for a beginner, variety kills progression, because you don't give your body enough time to actually, improve at the movement, to add more reps, to add more weight to the movement. Real progress comes from mastering a few movements deeply. Guys, the third and final thing that I really wish I had done when I started trying to build muscle as a skinny guy is to actually keep quiet about it. Shut up about it for 6 months, do the work, put the hard work in, and then you guys, don't you guys want to, after 6 months just come out of nowhere with a whole new different physique, looking like a whole different person to the person people knew, to the person you were 6 months ago, 2 years ago? Take those videos, record those snaps of yourself in the gym, going to the gym, but keep them personal. Use them as fuel and use them to, critique your form and as a way of improving yourself as you go to the gym, improving your workouts, getting better at the movements. But don't start posting them everywhere on social media. What this will do is it will give people an unrealistic, it will give them an unrealistic expectation of how you're going to look, and this is going to put a lot of pressure on yourself. It's going to give you, be going to the gym for like 3 months and you're gonna, people are gonna ask you, they're gonna be like, yo, you still look the same, this and this. You're not gonna give yourself time to learn because of all the pressure you're gonna put on yourself. Society, the people are gonna want to hate on you, they're gonna talk about you. And especially if you're skinny, people are gonna, there's a certain way people are gonna look at you once you actually try to start, improving your body and bettering yourself. So if I could go back in time, I wouldn't post anywhere about my, when I started, I was, sending snaps of myself at the gym, posting myself working out. This is gonna, the pressure is gonna build up and it's gonna affect your progress, it's gonna affect your mental as well. Definitely, if I could go back in time, I would shut up about this journey for like 6 months, keep it personal, but I would still document my journey, record it for my own personal gain, so I can look back at it, when I actually achieve my dream physique. I can look back at it and and I feel proud of myself, especially now, like for me who is doing YouTube, I have those videos and photos which I didn't post, which I can now look back on, and be able to give you guys advice and share things that I went through and struggles that I went through when I was trying to build muscle as a skinny guy. I can do that now, but if you do that too early on, you're gonna put unrealistic expectations on yourself and it's gonna be detrimental to your gains. So just stay low, stay on the grind, put the work in, the results will come. You don't need other people's opinions, dictating your journey. It's your journey, it's a personal journey. That's gonna be all for this video. There's many other things I could talk about, which I will probably make another video on if you guys want to see it. Leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel. I'm trying to get to 200 subscribers in the next 2 weeks. So I'll see you guys in the next video.